Well, going through a divorce can be a very difficult time in your life, but it's also a time when you need to be focused and prepared for when you meet with your lawyer for the first time. Here to walk us through the steps is attorney Mary Frances Parker with the Higgins Firm. Mary, welcome to More at Midday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you. Okay, we're talking about a new law that was recently passed. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, this new law was kind of a agreement reached between the fathers groups that were pushing for joint custody and pushing for that to be the beginning point in all custody cases. And what the governor recently enacted is kind of a it wasn't what the fathers wanted, but it wasn't what the other side wanted either. So,
so what
it's kind of a middle ground. What it says is it calls for maximum participation. Those are the new words you're going to hear all the lawyers using.
Okay.
Maximum participation by both parents.
All right.
So it's going to enable the trial courts to give joint custody as a beginning point if they want to. Now, if judges don't believe that's in the best interest of the child, they don't have to do joint custody, but it is going to be kind of a starting point, and you're going to hear the lawyers using that language.
Okay. And is this something that people are glad about or not?
Yeah, the fathers groups in which I'm a part of, I mostly represent fathers, and I do fathers' rights, custody, and divorces. We feel like that didn't quite go far enough. It didn't get us what we really wanted, but it's better than what we had.
Okay.
So yes and no. And as far as mothers go, a lot of mothers aren't getting full custody now, so it really benefits them also. It really just calls for maximum participation by both parents.
Gotcha.
It's yet to be seen what that really means, so we're all waiting to see.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about the first appointment with your divorce attorney. What should people know? Is there things they need to bring, things they need to know? What should
Yes. Anytime that you have been served with a divorce complaint and you were going to see your attorney in order to answer that complaint, you always want to bring any paperwork that you've already been served with. In addition to that, I tell my clients, and I like to have them bring, go ahead and do a schedule of what your assets and debts are for me. You don't have to list absolutely everything you have, but it does help me to kind of look down at that and go over it and be able to tell you in terms of alimony and child support, if I have your income in front of me and what your debts and assets are, that's really going to help me.
Okay, so are those ways you can help cut down costs?
Absolutely. Anything you can do list-wise to bring to your attorney. So I always like to also have things that we're going to rely on in court. If you've got Facebook or MySpace printed off of your spouse or your child's other parent, if you've got those things that we're going to rely on, print those off and bring them to my office. That'll cut down on answers I have to give to discovery and questions that I have to call my clients back and ask. So that's always helpful to have.
And also a good reminder to actually save those things.
Absolutely. Right? You want to save anything that you're going to come to my office and say the other party did A, B, and C. Anything that I have tangible in order to support that, save those, bring them to me. Cards, letters, things on the internet, text messages, print those out in written form so that I have easy access to them, and it will cut down on your costs.
Yeah, it helps and saves money for you
in
the future. Great information. Thank you so much for stopping
you're welcome.
by. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
You can reach the Higgins Law Firm by calling 615-353-0930 or log on to the More at Midday section of WSMV.com for a link to their website.